very much, Gretch. Nancy Pelosi is feeling confident about the Democrats' chances to take back the House come November. On Tuesday, she said Democrats are aiming to capture 35 seats currently held by Republicans, but they only need 25 in order to claim the majority. How do they plan to do that? Let's talk to New York Congressman Steve Israel. He is the chairman of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. He joins us here at the big plastic desk.
Good morning. Great to be with you, Steve.
All right, you've got a campaign. It's called Red to Blue. How do you,
Sure.
And we've got the map. How do you plan to turn all those red states blue?
Well, we need 25 seats to win the House back. To do that, we have a plan to put 75 seats in play. And we do have 75 seats in play, competitive seats all over the country. Yesterday, we announced our top tier of Democratic candidates. There are 36 of them. And these are problem solvers. These are not ideologues. These are people who want to come to Congress to solve problems. We've got in California, Jose Hernandez, who's a NASA astronaut. Who could be more of a problem solver than somebody who has to figure out all systems go?
Sure.
In Orlando, Florida, Val Demings, the first African-American woman police chief who brought crime down 40%. In Indiana, Brendan Mullen, who is an Iraq War veteran. Who could be more of a problem solver than a police chief, an Iraq War veteran, a NASA astronaut? And they reflect our tier of candidates.
So what is your message? Is it we've just got better guys, or look, the people who have these jobs currently have done a lousy job?
Well, we have both. First of all, we're going to hold Republicans accountable in the House of Representatives for being part of the Congress of chronic chaos. I mean, these are people who came to Washington promising to solve problems.
Chronic chaos?
The Congress of chronic chaos.
You know, the Democrats control one of the houses of Congress.
Well, my job is I'm the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee chairman, and we need to take the House back. The Senate has looked for a negotiating partner, but unfortunately the House Republicans have refused to negotiate with the President or the Senate, even with themselves. So we're going to hold them accountable for those choices, but you cannot simply sit back and point fingers at the other people. You've got to come up with your own solutions to strengthen Medicare, to solve problems, to rebuild the middle class and reignite the American dream. And that's why I love these red to blue candidates. They are problem solvers.
Right. Well, Congressman, one of the problems is there are so many independents in this country who feel that they look to Congress, and, you know, you're part of Congress. They say we're on the wrong track. We don't like what's going on there right now. And there's an item in the New York Times, the #1 item today. Obama is faulted by swing voters in a new survey. That's not going to help you.
Well, actually, there was also a poll in the same newspaper yesterday that independent voters are holding Republicans in Congress accountable for the gridlock. Look, independent voters are very, very smart. It's why they're independent. They wait to reach judgments. And they're smart enough to know that if the Republicans are controlling the House of Representatives, when things go wrong in the House of Representatives, you got to hold the management accountable.
Right.
And they're holding that management accountable.
So you say you need 25 seats,
correct?
Right?
20 back.
I don't know if you saw Karl Rove was on our program talking about predictions for the coming year. He says that in the 2012 election, the Republicans are going to hold the House. He says in the 10 presidential re-elections since 1936, the party in control of the White House has added House seats in 7 contests and lost them in 3. You know this. The average gain has been 12 seats. The largest pickup was 24 in 1944, but President Barack Obama is no Franklin Delano Roosevelt, despite what he said in his recent 60 Minutes interview. So historically and mathematically, the odds probably aren't on your side.
Well, look, I've never pretended to be the smartest member of Congress, although if you listen to some of my colleagues, the competition's not that stiff. But I love history. And I'll tell you what, in this deal, history is almost irrelevant. This is a unique cycle. This is a unique Congress. No Congress before has had a majority that was willing to terminate Medicare. So we're going to hold Republicans accountable for those decisions.
Republicans are willing to terminate Medicare?
Well, they voted on a Ryan budget almost a year ago that would end the guaranteed Medicare benefit.
Democrats voted $500 billion of Medicare out of the president's health care reform bill. So you're a little disingenuous. They cut $500 billion. Your party did.
No, actually, we increased Medicare solvency by the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. But what the Ryan budget did, according to the Congressional Budget Office, is it ends the guaranteed Medicare benefit, creates a voucher system for seniors that would cost them $6,000. Big difference between the two.
Well, you got a lot to talk about coming up before November. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve. Great to see you.
Steve Israel from New York State. All right.